Hi you guys, it's Ducky here. Forgive my grogginess, I'm getting over a cold right now, so bear with me as I narrate this speed painting of acrylic paint on paper. This is my first time working with acrylic paint on paper, so I am learning, so just bear with me you guys. If you guys are watching this video and just trying to figure out how to learn how to paint on paper or just paint in general, this is a good watch for you guys. So let's learn together. So right now I'm just laying out the outlines of the painting. DJ Vinyl Honey, or Gwen, commissioned me to do this piece of her, spinning, getting down on the turntables over here. She is necessarily into funk music, old school slaps and things like that, so definitely want to incorporate that with the vinyl as far as, and the disco ball too. Honey, obviously, there's a honey pot in the disco ball and there's bees around too, so thought that would be a cool effect to lay in there. So I'm working with acrylic paint, and right now I'm laying down the first layers. I should have started with the background first. I got carried away and went and did the clothes and the skin color. But you definitely want to do the background first. That way you don't have to keep going over the background when you finally finish the painting. And also because it's the largest piece of the painting, or the largest section of the painting, so working biggest to smallest here. The colors I'm using right now are a mix of Urtrek and Basics Liquitex. I usually mix my colors. I don't buy colors by themselves unless it was like a really bright, like yellow or pink or something like that, but I mix all of my colors together from the primary colors of yellow, red, and blue, and just mix with those three. When you're working with paint, you also want to make sure that you add water to make sure it's blendable. So right now I added water, and in doing that to the paint, it makes it transparent or see-through. So you want to keep adding layers to build up that opaqueness. And from what I've learned is that when you mix colors, the more colors you mix it with, like green, that's yellow and blue, and then if you add white, it makes it more opaque because that's like three paints being mixed as one. As you can see, I added this pink in the background, and it's a little bit more opaque than the alizarin color, the alizarin red I used in the background, but that's granted with the 2 layers of alizarin plus, the pink, and then the 3 colors all together. So just going on these colors right now just to make them a little bit more opaque. You're gonna have to go, a lot of painting is just going over the layers with the same color over and over again. Here, unfortunately, my afro was in the way of the drawing, so I added the shadows to the base colors. And in doing that, I chose like a muted orange. I'm gonna call it mandarin. And I did that because I wanted it to bounce off of the alizarin or the pink background. The palette, as you can see, is very warm, and I wanted to make sure that it was all, it was girly, but it was warm too with the colors. After that, laying down the shadows, I laid down the outlines, and here I'm actually wetting out a mistake I made, which you could do with water if the paint is still wet. You'll have to go over it because you might accidentally lift up other layers of the paint, but hey, at least you don't have to start all over again. So yeah, that's how I erase paints. Just adding a little water, sponging it out, and re-adding the layers. So here I'm just cleaning up, the black lines, the outlines, which really makes your drawing pop as far as the highlights too. And there goes my afro in the way. I'm sorry, I have really big hair. Yeah, if you guys want to know how I do my hair, you can check out my natural hair videos located on my channel. So make sure you subscribe and check that out for you natural hair girls out there. Or guys, you know, we all have the same hair, so gotta figure it out. So yeah, these are the highlights, just making it pop. I tried to attempt a shining effect. I didn't know how to execute that properly, so I just kind of like made it up myself. Hopefully you can get the gist of, you know, it's shining on the disco ball, and the record, and the turntable. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the painting goes. I'm sorry about my hair, you guys, but it's so luscious and beautiful, and it's freaking huge. My bad. So as you can see, this is the final result. When you take a step back, you can't really see all the fine details, but when you kind of zoom in here, you can see all the shadows, the highlights, and the outlines really play a part in the overall design. So I'm anxious to see what you guys come up with as far as this painting method. So be sure to email me those results. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe.